But this one is from Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. I'll quickly read this. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. For I know the plans that I have for you. I think toward you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Wow. Who has an expected end here? Who is giving who and what? This is actually a profound promise. Everyone wants to own that. But are you willing to see the conditions of that promise? This is the word now. Are you willing to see the total picture of that promise? What are those conditions? What's included? And what's our responsibility? And can we just take the promise and do it immediately, whatever the word says? Or receive it, whatever the word says? Well, let us see. In what conditions even this promise was given to the people, the Israelites, and us. And we claim that. We always want to claim that. We always want to take it with us. We always want to receive that. We just want to work on that all the time. For I know the thoughts. Yes, of course, it's such a comforting thing. He knows all those thoughts. And I think toward you, wow, this is so beautiful, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. It's an expected end. So let's just see. In the same chapter, I want to just read from 29 verse 4. Let me just open this. This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says to all those I carried into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. They are carried from Jerusalem to Babylon on exile. Wow. It's not other way around. He carried them. I carried into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. And then the promise has conditions, I said, right? So what are what are the conditions? And what was the situation there? And then while you're waiting for the promise, what we are going to do? Is there anything that we need to do? Are you ready? I'm going to unfold this tonight for us. Verse 5, build houses and settle down. Plant gardens and eat what they produce. Marry and have sons and daughters. Find wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage so that they too may have sons and daughters. Increase in number there. Do not decrease. Wait. We are waiting. And we are waiting in the foreign land. But Lord, what are you trying to tell us? While you're waiting, build houses and settle down. Build houses and settle down. And plant gardens and eat what they produce. Plant the gardens, whatever that produces. So, while you're waiting, there is some work to do. You need to plant the gardens, which means we should not be waiting in like, not doing anything. It comes under laziness. And we just name that as we're waiting for the perfect time. We're waiting for God's will. We're waiting for this. We're waiting for that. But no, that's not how God works. This is what it says. Build houses, settle down, plant gardens to eat what they produce. And then verse 6, marry and have sons and daughters. Find wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage. Wow. This is actually something. It's not that, okay, plant gardens and do little work. No, this is actually full lifestyle. You need to do everything that's supposed to be doing. What is that? Like when we are actually having all the settlement and everything, whatever that we can be satisfied, then only we want to just do and agree and to wait. And also we want to actually blame someone as well for all our conditions, not doing anything. I am waiting for this, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for this. Are you serious? Is that the waiting for you? But God has given us a different way to look at it. This is actually a training. This is actually discipline. This is actually a preparation while you're waiting. What kind of preparation you and I should do while you're waiting for the promise? Build your house. Work on whatever that you have. And marry and have sons and daughters. You know what? You should not stop at one place. That's what God is trying to tell us. Yes, I have given you the promise, but while you're waiting for the promise, there are some instructions that needed to be done. Coming back to my first day message, 4 pillars. Follow those 4 pillars and try to work on them so that you and I have something significant to do and to prove. And then increase in number there, do not decrease. So it says, when you can increase, when you plant properly, anything and you need to water it, you need to take care of what you planted. That's only the way you can actually see that increase. And God's instruction is you should not be decreased. So do whatever you have to do, but you need to do the right thing here. You can't say, okay, I'm here, I want to do this, and then I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to touch that because I'm waiting for the promise. I'm waiting for the perfect time. I'm waiting for someone to take me there. No, it doesn't work that way. And then verse 7, also seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into exile. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper. Wherever you are, whatever the land that you live in, your job and my job is to pray for that nation, pray for that country. You know what? Once the country prospers, you will prosper in it. So you need the discipline. You need actually self-discipline. And you need your prayer life to be checked in. You need to actually pray consistently, persistently. You need to develop the hobby. Then it will become a habit. Build houses, plant gardens, marry, settle down. Don't waste your waiting season. Do not waste your waiting season. Waiting is not punishment, my friend. It is preparation. Waiting is not punishment. It is just a preparation. He's disciplining us to remain faithful, even we can't see the fulfillment of the promise that we received. Keep praying, keep serving, keep building, keep growing spiritually. That's what your job and my job while we are waiting for the promise. And then it says, let's just read that verse. Yes, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, do not let the prophets and diviners among you deceive you. Do not listen to the dreams you encourage them to have. They are prophesying lies to you in my name. I have not sent them, declares the Lord. Wow, this is the most dangerous thing. What? I thought someone is prophesying over my life. I thought someone is preaching. You know what? Do not run here and there. Don't just trust everyone, because you need to actually believe in the word. You need to believe. You need to check. You need to check, whether it is aligned with the word that you read, the word that you study, the word that you carry, because this is your responsibility. Because people are there to deceive us. But we need the discernment. What we are actually hearing from these people, what we are actually doing. So, you know what? Discernment is very, very important. Read after that, from verse 4 to 11 of Jeremiah 29. Do not just stick to Oh, okay. I have received the promise. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. He has the plan and to prosper me, not to get any evil things. And also, I'm going to expect an expected end. Yes, good, beautiful. It sounds crazy and good, crazy good. But while you were waiting, you need that self-discipline. You need your prayer life. You need to serve. Do not just think that waiting is wasting of your time. It is the preparation. Better we prepare well. And then discernment while waiting. Wow. Waiting season make people vulnerable to deception. We will be so vulnerable for this deception. You know what? Because while you wait, there are high chances that you're going to take wrong decisions. You're going to make some silly things, silly decisions. And then the consequences no one can stop. You know what? You need to know. Okay, I need to see this. Who is saying what? What is the discernment does to you? It will check whatever that is not from the Lord. First of all, you will reject that and you will recognize God's timing. You would not be deceived by all these false things. You won't just take whatever the decision, oh, come what may come. No, you won't be casual about it. You will actually calculate everything, every step you take. This is what God is telling us. While you're waiting, plant. You know what? Settle down well. Pray for the nation. Pray for the place. Pray for whatever. You know, in the organization that you're working, you might not like it, but this is what God is telling us. You know what? You better pray. You pray. Let the organization prosper. I know someone in our midst, actually. This person was doing like, normal technical job. And you're not ready. How God blessed that person. He started praying for the organization. He started actually being very faithful, bringing his best to every meeting that he attends, every place that he goes. He's so good with his job and what he has. He doesn't want to hide anything. You know what? From a technical place, a technical manager, did you ever hear this kind of story? That person was asked to be the partner in the organization, my friend. It's just happened in our midst, in this ministry. I do not want to take names out there, but our God is able. Yes, they believed in the promise. They believed in the prophecy. They believed in the dates. They believed in the time. But was that an immediate impacted promise fulfillment? No. But you need to have patience. You need to endure. You need to actually be patient and pray. Once this organization started flourishing, who is going to be benefited? The person who is partnering with the CEO of that organization. And then the other thing was, this is beautiful one. Let me just read that. This is what the Lord says, verse 10. When 70 years are completed for Babylon, I will come to you and fulfill my good promise to bring you back to this place. What, Lord? 70 years of waiting. 70 years of waiting. When these 70 years finish, I will bring you back from your exile. Wow, such a beautiful promise here. But you and I, do we have any kind of discipline while we're waiting for this waiting period? Yeah, I don't think we have 70 years of waiting. Even 7 days we can't wait. You know, God sometimes attached a timeline, sometimes He doesn't. He wants to surprise you, not to shock you for sure. He wants to surprise you with something good. In this waiting, the character will be developed and your dependency on God will be deepened. You will depend on God. And I said, I think like in one of the sermons that I preached on YouTube, it destroys your pride. because you will wait on the Lord. You won't just go here and there, and you won't just talk rubbish while you're waiting, but you will depend on the Lord, because that is the trust, that is the faith that we're going to put in this promise. Yeah, all of you, whoever is carrying that word in your hands, Jeremiah 29:11, that needs what? Your discipline. That needs what? You need to discern. You need to actually have the right mindset and right spiritual sensitivity. Unless you have the spiritual sensitivity, you will not understand what's happening and who is saying what. What is the promise? What is the prophecy? You can't understand this. God, does He give immediately? Yes, at times, yes. Which means you are very well prepared to receive. But when you're not prepared, the delay is expected. Now we can actually see the promise fulfillment here. While I wait, God is actually training me. While I'm waiting, He's developing me. While I'm waiting, He's protecting me. But all you need to do is be spiritually available and also very sensitive in your spirit. Because God speaks not all the time, loud voice, not all the time, every detail, but would you just get into, attune to the whispers? That's the time that you and I should be available, should be listening, should be just waiting that, oh Lord, I'm here. I want to actually wait on you, Lord. For us, we might think this thing that I've been waiting is delayed. But for God, it is so on time. He doesn't think, oh, it's a delayed response from me. No, God knows everything delivered in a perfect time. For Him, it's not delay. For Him, it's not denial. For Him, it's the most perfect scheduled time to release that word, to release the promise. May God bless all of us to have that training, the timing, and stick on to the truth of the promise. This wait has a purpose, my friend. Wait has a purpose. You know, built, built strong before you're getting that blessing. Prepare yourself.